Your social capital in the United States is worth more than what's in your bank account. If you don't have a social circle, consider yourself broke. It sounds extreme, but it is true. Hey there, you are watching Ebony in America, real talk of an African woman navigating the complexity and everyday magic of the immigrant adventure. If you're new here, please subscribe so that my channel can grow. Grab a cup of tea, coffee, water, wine if that's your thing, and sit down. Let's get into this. I'm doing my natural juice today. This is just pineapple, apple, carrots, ginger, orange, and lemon. It's very good. I've been enjoying this every day. I get one bottle, 100% natural, and I think it's been helping my skin. It's giving me a natural glow. I'm drinking my skincare. I'm also on Instagram. I'm going to put my handle here if you're into lifestyle content, fashion, beauty. You can follow me on Instagram and we can get into that content over there. But now let's get into the topic of the day. We're going to talk about networking. We all know how powerful networking is. We all know you are the richer, the more people you know, the richer you are. But how do you go about networking? What are the smart and easy ways to network? How do you get started with networking? That's what I will be talking about today. It's really networking 101, simple tips and tactics about how to increase your social capital and become rich in connections. So, for us who come from Africa, I will say start in your community. When you get here, the first place you should network is within your community. You have to quickly identify in your community people who you aspire to, people that maybe you see what they have accomplished in 20 years and maybe you're just here for this is just your first year and you're thinking, oh, this person has been here for 10, this person has been here for 20. I really admire the way that the family is thriving. I really admire the dynamic that they have. I really admire their accomplishment. And it's different. Admiring is different from envy. So you have to find the people within your community that you admire and start there. And the other best way to do it is also to network with people who are exactly in the same stage of life where you are. Let's say you are a newly wed wife, you have kids, younger kids, maybe preschool, elementary, whatsoever. Find people within your community who have kids, also newlywed, so that you can have things in common. You will talk about the same things. You will help each other about the same things. Maybe you could babysit for each other. So yeah, that's two ways to network within your community. I would say the first way is to look for people that you look up to, you admire. And then the other thing is to find people that you look similar, like you're in a similar stage of life. And how do you go about making these connections with them? Don't be shy about making the first step. If all of us keep waiting for someone to make the first step, then nothing is ever going to be made. There's never going to be a relationship. There's never going to be a networking happening. So you have to identify those people and go to them. Maybe you're meeting them at a social function, or or at church, wherever your community gathers regularly, that's where you're going to meet these people. So first thing first will be attending those events so that you can then meet those people. And when you meet them, introduce yourself and extend your desire to stay connected to them. Maybe grab their phone number and make sure you invite them soon. Don't be the person who grabs a phone number and never does anything with it. I personally, my best tip when I meet someone is to try to figure out the next time we can meet immediately. A few weeks ago, I went to a networking event for content creators in my city, and I met two young ladies. They go to college in nearby, So we connected and it felt so natural. Also, that's the other thing. Connection has to feel super natural. You don't want to force it. You know, it's good to know people, but you cannot know everybody and you will not know everybody. Everybody is not going to like you and you're not going to like everybody. So keep that in mind. So this happened very naturally, and you know, like a good networking person, I said, hey, can we plan something? One of them mentioned Pilates, and I said, absolutely. Let's look at the calendar. When are you available? And then we plan a date pretty much instantly. And now we are, you know, they're part of my network, and we're going to keep doing things like this. So very important, when you take somebody's contact information, make sure you reach out to them, make sure you plan something. So this is the first place where you can network within your community. Secondly, I will recommend to, if you are a career person, if you're a professional in America, if you're working, let's say in corporate, that's also going to be a good place to network. This will be a different type of networking though. This will be really people who you are going to have to nurture a great relationship in regards to your work. It's very rare that work connection extend to personal life and becomes great relationship, but it can happen as well. I personally do not recommend to try to make your coworkers your friend, but you have to try to make great relationship with them. You have to make sure that anybody who works with you remembers you positively in a way that they will be able to recommend you if a good opportunity came. And how do you do that? How do you network within your corporation or within your field? You have to extend it over beyond the corporation. You don't have to network only with people from your company. You can network outside of your company with other professionals, and the best way to do that is attending conferences. Going to conferences in your field will open up these doors to meeting other professionals who are, you know, as hungry for success as you, who you can nurture a great relationship with and end up helping each other in the future. The best thing also is to keep a very, don't be needy. When you meet people, don't go about saying, oh, please, I want you to recommend me to something, to this company. I have a job application here, or I have a job interview. Don't bring that energy to networking events. When you're going to networking event, focus solely about making a good conversation with people, introduce yourself, have a good conversation with people, exchange contacts. I don't know if that's LinkedIn or just business cards. Don't go about, you know, don't be too needy. Don't be too interested. Don't focus only on what you can get from other people, because people can sense that really quickly. And when you give off that energy, it's not networking anymore. It's like you're exploiting people. Networking is just not for profit. It's a human connection first. So as a professional, you can network by attending these events, seminars, conferences, etc. And within your company, you just want to be a person who remembers people and care about people. You're available for people. You're not a doormat. You're just somebody who listens, somebody who can offer help, and somebody who is available. I'm going to take an example. Let's say 4th of July is coming and everybody will be going on holiday. Are you a good baker? Maybe bake some 4th of July cookies and bring it to work, share with your people. These are things that people are going to remember, and believe it or not, they will remember it forever. And this is how they will keep you in mind when good things come, when opportunities becomes available. These people will extend them to you just because they remember you as someone who always listens, someone who is caring, someone who is generous, and someone who gets the job done. Remember, it's a workplace. So those are my tips for networking as a professional. And honestly, I'm trying to keep this video short. We can talk about this another time. These are just the basic informations that I want to put out now. If you have any other tips, please share them in the comment, but I'm keeping it light so that the video is not extremely long and it's easy to digest for people who are just getting started. Let's say you are not a professional, you're a stay-at-home mom, you're raising kids, so you think that you're not necessarily able to see a lot of people every day because you don't have to get out there as often as a professional. But as a stay-at-home person, you have to create opportunities to go out, right? The best place I would recommend for non-professional to network or business people, maybe you're not a career person, you're a business person. Coffee shop. Take your work to a business, take your computer to a business place, take your kid to a coffee shop and have a little bagel or a little coffee just sitting around the coffee shop. Personally, that is the place where I have met the most amazing people in the United States just by going to a coffee shop. So make it a habit of hitting a coffee shop maybe once a week, twice a week, however many times you're able to afford that. Go to a coffee shop. You won't always meet somebody, and that's not the goal. The goal is not to always meet somebody. That's just a place where you will likely meet other people, maybe women who are stay-at-home moms as well. They're raising their kids and they make a coffee stop every once in a while to decompress. So coffee shops are one of my absolute favorite place. Let's talk about the public library. Every public library has a calendar with events that are happening. That's a good place to go, especially if you have kids, because you are going to then meet other moms with kids similar to your kids' age, and those are the best people to become friends with. You just have the same realities. You are in the same stage of life, and there's nothing better than someone you can relate to when you're going through something. They understand the struggle of diapers, getting the kids in the car, navigating, the kids' emotion. You're going to meet those people there. So find your local library, check out their calendars. They always have events happening for kids. Bring your kids over. The kids get to make friends and you get to make friends as well. In the same category as the library, we have parks, public parks. You will always meet a parent at the public park doing the same thing that you're trying to do with your kids. So as a stay-at-home mom, that's a good place to go. And in the same category, we have museums. Always look at the calendar and figure out what are the events that are kids-friendly or adult-friendly if you're just an adult trying to make more connections. Look at the type of events and decide to go according to what suits your needs right now, right? So the museum is always a great place to meet people. So look at your local museum, art museum, public museum, science museum, history museum. They always have fun events, and it could be a good way to connect with people. The next thing that comes to mind is gyms or clubs, right? Clubs can be a little bit on the pricey side, but it's worth it. Usually a club will have sauna, tennis, basketball, soccer, gym, pools. So if you have a family, again, this is where you want to go so that your kids can meet other kids who are there to swim, play, and this is how you also will meet the parents of those kids. But even if you're a single person, they are actually starting to create gyms and clubs that are solely for adults. So if you're looking more for those adult connection, you find those clubs in your cities where you could go, and you could go to a normal gym as well. The normal gym is always a good place. People who are usually living the gym lifestyle go often. So if you go to the gym often and you realize that these girls come to the gym often, please talk to her. People are always open to this conversation. People are always open to these connections. Talk to her, be open to say, hey, what are your goals this year? I've seen you here. Like, how you doing? I'm Audrey. What is your name? One thing I realized is that American people talk a lot. So I have become one of them. I talk a lot too. I thought it was annoying, and it's still annoying sometimes, honestly. But I now understand why they do that. People joke and say American people always talk about the weather. It's not just so the weather, it is a conversation starter. So right now, I know what the weather is in my city currently. I know what the the weather is going to be tomorrow and next week and whatsoever. I have a bag here to return at UPS. So when I pick up my daughter from school, we're going to do a UPS run so I can drop my Rent the Runway bag. You know, I rent clothes from Rent the Runway, and so I have to drop that bag to UPS. But long story short is at UPS, there's going to be a lady in front of me who is going to say something about the weather. It's not that she cares about the weather, it's a conversation starter. And from that, we can extend the conversation. I will say something like, oh yeah, it's really cold today, but you know what? It's 10 degrees. It's better than -6 or -1 because we just came back from the negatives. And I'll say, you know, this is my 7 winter in the United States and I'm getting used to it already. And she'll say, where are you from? This is how you connect with people. So the weather, we make fun of American people for talking about the weather all the time. I personally think that it's just a icebreaker. It's just a conversation starter. So don't be shy when you meet people in these spaces. Just introduce yourself, and if you feel like it's the right person, okay, you don't just have to talk to everybody. It has to make sense, and you don't want to bother people at the gym who are just trying to work out. You want to make it a connection has to be natural. That's what we remember. We have to know about a connection. You have to feel it in your soul that this person is open to receiving my connection right now, or is open to my energy right now, and I'm also open to their energy. And that's how you connect with people. Don't talk to everybody out there. Some people don't want to hear your voice. Some people don't care about your day. Some people don't want it. So let's be mindful and just learn how to understand when it's the right time to open up to someone or to let someone talk to us. Okay, so the gym is definitely a great place. I've met a bunch of, and okay, this is what I want to emphasize. These connections don't have to become great friends. It's just part of building your social capital, right? These people can become good friends, or they can just be acquaintances, or they can just become gym buddies. You know, now you know I'm meeting this lady every Wednesday and we hit the treadmill together, or we do the sauna together. It just becomes a gym partner that happens there. It can go over that, but many times you have to learn how to keep relationship in different categories, and if they are called to evolve to deeper categories, then they will evolve naturally. But do not be a person who is just forcing people to be close friends to you. We have to learn how to keep every relationship in a different box. Your social capital in the United States is worth more than what's in your bank account. If you don't have a social circle, consider yourself broke. It sounds extreme, but it is true. You have to put effort and time into meeting people and building relationships with them. And the best way to do that is to be of value to those people. You don't come into a relationship just with the spirit of, what can I get out of this person? What can I get from this person? No. If that's the energy you're bringing, if you're not somebody who can also bring value, you will find that you won't build solid connections out here. Because again, a connection only works when the two parties are able to give to each other. And it's not even financial. Sometimes it's just your time. Sometimes it's just your kindness. Sometimes it's just an advice. You have to be a giver in order to receive. But consider this a serious assignment if you are just living a solo life, cruising through life in the United States, and you're like, oh, I really don't care, no new friends, no new whatever, like people like to say. Or if you're someone who is confined within her community, it's not a bad thing to love your community. Just extend yourself out there a little more and connect with people. Your social capital in the United States, it's very important. I don't know how else I can put this. Networking, it's a skill that if you haven't mastered yet, you have to get to it. You have to start learning, and it's not hard. It's most of the time, it just takes a little bit of putting yourself out there to meet amazing, wonderful people. Just get out of your head and get out and connect with people. So the next part I will talk about is social events. Social events can be a little bit difficult to navigate because you're randomly choosing an event and you might be paying a ticket to attend this event, so you don't really know what to expect and you don't really know who is going to be there. But this is another way where I have enjoyed myself very much. First of all, go with the idea to enjoy yourself. And then if you meet someone, then that's the plus. But go with the idea of enjoying yourself, and then meeting someone could be a bonus. But when you bring the right energy into these spaces, when you walk in with confidence, when you are able to have good conversation with people, naturally people connect with you. So put your best foot forward. Go on Eventbrite. That's where I find most of the events that I attend. Find an event. Maybe it's Valentine's Day right now. I promise you there's a Pilates event happening. There is a dinner or a Valentine's party, something happening in your city. You just have to look for it. Get ready and go there and have fun. First and foremost, have fun. Also, connections will follow. When you have that energy, when you have a beautiful aura, people are going to come to you naturally. And like I said, just be mindful about who you are going to embrace in those moments. You're not supposed to embrace everyone. And don't be frustrated if some people don't talk to you. Everybody is not going to talk to you. You are also not going to talk to everybody. So just go with a positive attitude and see what comes out. Social events are definitely where you will meet the people who are like you, because if they're attending a golf event and you are attending a golf event, that means you are into golf and they are into golf. So you already have something in common. Or maybe it's just a dance party. That means you are going to meet people who are exactly on the same wavelength as you are. They love to dance. So that's the great thing about events, is that you already know which type of people you're going to meet. It's most likely people who are into the same things as you are. The next thing is hobbies. Hobbies are big in the United States, and honestly, great ways to connect, to join the previous aspect of social events. Hobbies, are you into crocheting? Are you into painting? Are you into skiing? Are you into golfing again? Join a golf club, join a ski club, join a crochet club. You already know which type of people is going to be there, and you can connect around the same value and the same things, and from there deeper relationships can be born. Okay, and if you have watched it to this point, I really appreciate you. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so we can grow. We do this once a week, so another episode will be on next Sunday or Monday. And yeah, subscribe and let's continue the adventures together. Please let me know what you thought of this video. Your feedback is really helpful. And until next week, I'll see you soon. Bye.